here, and I just want to say hit that like, share, subscribe, and let's get this going. I got to tell you something. It's been a long time coming, but I hate Donald Trump. I just got to tell you, I freaking hate Donald Trump. You know, you just get fed up after a while of watching things, and then, you see what's going on, and you realize that, God, you hate Donald Trump not being in the freaking White House. Here we are, America. The borders are in a shambles. Let's face it. Joe Biden told the people, surge the borders. Oh, by the way, that's called clickbait, I guess. That's what I'm told. I'll see if it works. What the hell? It's funny to me. Anyway, Joe Biden told people to surge the border. There should be a surge at the border. Hold on a second. I don't know if there's allowed on YouTube, but I got to kill my COVID 500 degrees at a time. But anyway, I'm in my garage here killing time. I don't sleep at night, so it's like 3:30 in the morning. I said, I got to do something that's going to humor me. I got a couple Easter jokes at the end. You might not want to stay around if you're a Christian, because maybe you'll get upset. I'll tell you one now anyway, just in case. I don't give a crap. You see why the dumb blonde, who am I going to offend now? Blondes, dumb people, if they're blonde and they're dumb, they might not even know. So anyway, see the dumb blonde, she went to Mass every single day, 365 days, every single day. She was in Mass, she was looking around, she was so attentive, she was watching it, she got to know everybody. After the last day of the year, she finally said, I've had enough, I can't take it. So the priest said, well, my dear, child, what's wrong? Well, what has besaken you? She said, well, Father, I was given information and, it's just hasn't been true. And the priest said, well, what is it, my dear? She said, well, Father, they told me when I come to Mass, I'm going to find a guy there hung like this. I don't care what you say. That's my Easter joke. It makes me laugh every time. But anyway, you got AOC. She went down to the border. If you remember this, there's some pictures on the internet. She's looking through a parking lot fence. There's not even kids on the other side. There's cars. But they don't show you that on mainstream media. There's cars. It's a parking lot. It's hilarious. And now you just saw them. There's no crisis at the border. They're humming babies over the border like they're goddamn frisbees. But there's no crisis. We don't take children from their mothers. We don't strip unaccompanied children from their mothers. Well, no shit, they're unaccompanied. How are you going to strip them from their mothers, you dumbass? This is that Sasaki, whatever, Kawasaki. I don't give a shit either way. Her motor doesn't run right. This bitch is crazy. Man, do I miss Kelly. Oh, my God, I look at this girl and I say, you're way in over your head. And they keep kicking you out there, trying to talk for Joe. And Joe's giving, my favorite thing, watch Joe Biden's speech. Watch when he talks and he loses his frame of mind. He loses what he's going to say. You know what Joe does? Listen to him. He did the other night. It was freaking hilarious. He said, well, when you love something near and dear and you got to take it to your heart and you got to love it and you got to hold it. And all I could think of was like Tommy Boy when he says, yeah, and I got a little pet and you love him and you hug him and you kiss him. Well, that's what Joe Biden's doing to America. He strangled it. And my poor baby's dead. It's a funny movie. Go watch it. Chris Farley cracked me up. Anyway, the funniest part of Joe Biden's speeches for me, and I hope more people pick this up because I love Kevin's Corner and Steven Crowder and a lot of the comedians, real comedians that are out there, been there for a while. They do good videos. I only know my phone right now. I got a computer, and I swear I'm still afraid to use it because I'm afraid to delete things, even though I haven't really got on it. I made a couple of videos on it, but I swear I'm afraid to use it. I don't know. It's stupid. I know. But anyway, I'm hoping, and everybody can enjoy this. It's hilarious. Because when Joe was given that whole thing about you hold it near and dear to your heart, the guy doing sign language, he's doing this and that, and then he just kind of goes, that's what watch him. It's the funniest. Joe's going on and on. The guy's trying to sing. That's it. Watch the sign language people when Joe talks. You want an extra laugh. Not that what Joe says makes any sense anyway. 80 million people voted for this guy. That's what I'm told. I don't know. That's what I'm told. 80 million people. It wasn't me. But I see people waking up. Even some of these Democrats, who I call y'all communists, because I'm sorry, if you're voting for what they support, critical race theory, all this insane push racism. I'm a 50-year-old white guy. I've never bothered anybody in my life. I got friends of every color, and we goof on each other. We make fun of each other now. Oh, that's all racist. No, screw you. We're not stopping. We're not changing. My black friends are conservative. Most of my friends are conservative because they've either served the country, or they served as police, or they're firemen, or then got common sense. Let's face it. But I'm listening to these people in AOC. Are you kidding me? You blame it. You have people on the border. You have Border Patrol who said 3 different high-ranking officials and the president of Mexico telling Joe, you don't want to change these policies, Joe. Don't do it. Leave it alone, Joe. But because Trump did it, he just had to do it. Hey, Joe, you know what you could have done? You could have done the opposite of what Trump did, because Obama's, he left with the jobs were stagnant. The GDP was 1.9. We were going to have to deal with it because it wasn't going to get any better. Remember all these things he said? Trump come in, the economy, boom, tax cuts, boom. We all got some money in our pockets. It's not coming at the end of the year. It comes in your paycheck, you dumbass. Learn how taxes work. If you're getting a boatload of money at the end of the year, you're overpaying the government. You're giving them a tax-free loan. In fact, they're taxing you on the loan that you're giving them. So figure out how to do taxes. At the end of the year, you bought it off, owing a little bit, pay them. Bang, your money was in your pocket. You invested it. That's it. It's 101. It's economics 101. I'm pushing Thomas Sowell. You know what? I had 2 jobs. One was to get Trump in the God. No, he's not God. He's just a politician. Not even a politician. He's a businessman. That's why I voted for him. So I wanted the insane BS that's been in our government forever out of our government, regulations down, bring jobs back, stop giving things to China, stop giving things. Ford Motor Company's moving to Mexico now. Joe's been in how many days? They're going to move to Mexico. Trump was saying, if you stay here, we'll give you some tax incentives, we'll give you produce more jobs, bada bing, bada boom. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to just let everybody walk away. Oh, in China, you can keep producing all of our drugs. Those companies that we're talking about coming back because we saw how easily our supply chain could be destroyed and how we are so reliant on China. You think that had anything to do with Obama and Biden? Does that come? Biden's the big guy. The laptop is real. I watched Hunter Biden tonight. Oh, I don't know if the laptop's real. I don't know. Because you're a freaking crackhead. You don't know where you freaking dropped it off, you moron. We know it's real. We've seen the pictures of you with little kids. As far as they say, I haven't seen that allegedly. But I've seen you with the crack pipe, dude. How the hell could you get on the board of Burisma after getting out of the military on a drug charge? How? You're not. How? That's a high security level job. Those energy companies. You don't speak Ukraine. You don't speak the language. You didn't major in oil. You pretty much majored on hanging onto your daddy's coat strings and stealing wallets as you went by like you're on the goddamn, what the hell's it? Oliver Twist, for Christ's sakes. That's what you remind me of. You're one of the people on Oliver Twist. That's who you are. The Biden family. Joe's up there and his son's right behind him saying, oh, let me take a little of this, let me take a little of that. And he looks at China and says, oh, China, there, more gruel. That's Joe Biden. That's his family. Check out his brother. How the hell did he get contracts to do construction? What was it, in Afghanistan, I think? No, it's nothing about construction. Trump pointed out. If you listen to his speeches, Trump was the best stand-up guy everywhere. Yeah, he started them all out the same, but then he'd go off script, and the guy was hilarious. I found him by accident because I was listening to him in my pocket at work, and I heard the speech, the same crap as he said the last time. And then he went off script, and holy crap, he was hilarious. But then I watched the news, and all they did was took a couple of mean clips he said, which were jokes, and he's so evil and mean and awful. Stop it, people. Stop being so sensitive. Stop it. This whole cancel culture, will you just stop it? I'm going to cancel them again. I don't like, you know what? If you don't like something, don't go to it. My personal view, everybody who supported Biden and Democrats, put a D on your door. If you don't like conservatives, you don't like my money, you think I'm evil, Mr. White Guy, put a D on your door. Unless I absolutely have to go to your business for something, I'll do my damnedest to avoid you. Simple as that. I will avoid the shit out of you. And so will everyone else. But go ahead and do it. Home Depot, you want to jump into the free. Well, you know what? I'll go to the other guys that do construction. Because you know what? You get about 10 grand from me each year. Because I'm always breaking something around this goddamn place. But you get shit. Come on. You're against the voter bill? After this election we just saw, you don't think we need voter registration? You don't think we need better rules and regulations to keep it where we know who the hell's getting elected? And what is this BS? I keep seeing it. I hear about it. Armie Hammer did a great video on it, and I just saw Benny around the block. Cracks me up. I want to do it one of these days when I'm out on the street. You have these white liberals who keep telling, and black liberals too, by the way, they're just as guilty as everyone else, saying that these voter rules are somehow voter suppression because minorities can't get IDs. That's pretty goddamn racist. My dumbass can get an ID. If I can get an ID, nobody else has any excuse to get an ID. They can't get an ID. Because if you are, you shouldn't be voting. If you don't know how to get an ID, you don't know how to go to the registry or get an ID, you shouldn't be voting because you're too goddamn stupid. That's the bottom, excuse me, God. But you're too stupid to be voting. You just shouldn't. If you don't look at issues and you just see an R or a D and that's why you vote for somebody, then you shouldn't be voting. If you only believe mainstream media and you don't go to other sources and at least find out the facts. Maybe Trump says some things that hurt your feelings or you don't like the way he said it. But when you look at the man's policies and everything was moving and the border was controlled and we had foreign countries helping at our border who are speaking out now, by the way. Listen to the man in Mexico. That's right. They're going to build their own wall. They're going to build it on the southern border to keep them from coming this way. All right, then. I'm okay with that. But please, people, look at my 2 goals was to get Trump in the White House. That came from God. You don't believe me? I don't care. My second goal, we're going to have a reset in this country. We hear all these idiot Democrats talk about it. My goal is to put real American history, real American economics, and some brains into our academia. And I want that goal to be set upon the shoulders of a black man by the name of Dr. Thomas Sowell. Sowell. The man's a genius. He's a voice from God. He's had a few, he told me. He happens to be one, I believe that. I also believe, you'll hate me for it, Rush Limbaugh, yeah. Rush pointed sanity to insanity. Okay? You don't have to believe it. I know God's seen his world. He calls it an experiment. He does. These scientists aren't that far off. He's seen it on socialism. He's seen it on dictatorships. He doesn't want that for America. That's why he supported Trump. He don't put people into place. He can push this way and that. Puts people around. It's a long story. You think of it what you will. I'm just telling you all I know. I think he probably brought Trump as far as he could, and that was that. But what Trump did was expose all the insanity going on. If you believe a man can turn into a woman and a woman can be a man, and this is what they're actually putting into our government, because it's all feelings and in your head, no, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. If you want to do it, you become a certain age. It's the same thing as the people who put those ear things in and they push their ear out in a jug. If you don't know Ralphie Mayers, take a video, go watch his video on the jug handles. Hilarious stuff. You might call him racist. He's not racist. He tells jokes because he grew up around black people, grew up around people, and he tells his experiences. And I relate to him because, hey, I've had a lot of the same experiences. But anyway, neither here nor there. I hope you got the clickbait. I hope you're going to follow me. Sean McGaugh, let's see where this goes. I'll make more videos because honestly, the reason I'm here right now is because I have, I picked up like, I don't even know how many followers now. I think I might be up to like 16 now. Woo-hoo! We're kicking it, baby. We're kicking it. Well, let's see what happens with the clickbait. I'm just curious and make some comments on my goddamn videos. Whether you like them or not, make a comment, say you're crazy, do this, do that. Give me some ideas. We'll talk about it. I like some of these ones where they read the advice. My favorite's Bill Burr. Love his advice. I feel like I'm sitting there listening to him and my buddies, and we're drinking beer and talking shit. That's Bill Burr, and he's from Boston. I never heard of him until a few months ago. I had seen him in interviews here and there, but I didn't know who he was. Anyway, it's a long story, but he's great. He's great. I don't know why he doesn't have more followers, because now that I've found him, he's one of the best out there, I think. He doesn't BS. Maybe you're sensitive, maybe you're a liberal, maybe you don't like it. And he's not a Trump supporter, but either way, he's still a funny bastard. There's a lot you don't have to like Trump about. But what you need to like him, what you should have liked him about, was his policies. The policies worked, folks. The border, it was working. Trade with China. If you listen to Trump, he ain't too happy with China. He was going to make them pay for this COVID. We were going to redo that deal and say, yo, a little more here since you screwed us. But there we go. I still think Trump had no clue he wasn't going in the White House. That's why he pushed these vaccines the way he did. That's my hope. Because if you wanted to make them mandatory, Mr. Trump, I'm way off on you on that. I believe we got a system that works pretty damn well, and the man told me himself. It's around us. The only thing saving you right now is herd immunity. And when these new variances come up, guess why you're getting new variances? Because you're screwing with God. You don't have to believe me. Look around you, folks. I still think that ship in the canal was a warning to us about supply lines and how easy it is to screw things up around the world and around this country. Keep screwing with truckers, Pete Buttigieg. Jack up truckers' gas 30 cents a mile. And when these guys decide to stop their trucks on every highway, step out of them and walk away and just leave it all, and see how you're going to deal with that. I think you'll be coming down on your idea about gas prices pretty quick. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll decide you're going to go after them the way you go after Trump supporters in this administration. But you know what the big thing is? I'm a conservative. I'm a former Marine. I love my country. I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of freaking mistakes. I try to tell people, don't do as I say. Don't do as I do as I say, because I'm a screw up. But if I can pass along a little bit of wisdom here and there, and maybe at least make people feel better, give you a laugh once in a while, hey, what the hell? I've done my job. That's all I'm here for. I've done my little piece of heaven on earth. So if I got you with the clickbait, you better hit a damn subscribe and a share. Leave me a comment, call me a prick, call me what you will. All right? But leave it. Say hello. Let's get this rolling. We'll see where we go from here. Oh, what was the other thing I wanted to say? There was one more thing. Oh, now that we're coming to Easter, happy Easter weekend, everybody. It's Friday night, Saturday morning here. But, I was kind of thinking, and it's funny, Jesus is like the first millennial. Really. I mean, history repeats itself. He's born to Mary, Joseph, lived with them for so long. Then he decides he's going to take off on his own, got a whole bunch of boys with him, give themselves a cool name. They're the apostles. They're going to go out and preach his word. He's going to tell everybody what they should do and think, even though he hasn't really had a job yet. That's kind of, if there were conservatives living back then, we'd probably yell at him, hey, buddy, why don't you try paying some taxes before you tell me what to do, all right? But hey, that's neither here nor there. But then he goes to this big party, and of course everybody loved him for a while there. And then all of a sudden they said, this guy's getting a little too preachy. We got to do something about him. So they decide to, do the business, and they put him up on the cross. The poor guy's up there. They canceled him, right? They canceled him. Well, he did them one better. They put him in the cave. They put the rock. About 3 days later, what's he do? He ghosted those motherfuckers. Excuse my French. That's Easter, baby. He ghosted you. But anyway, there's your Holy Ghost. That's when it all comes full circle. Welcome to my head. Anyway, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Let's get this rolling. If I get a few more, I'll try and make more videos. We'll see if I can make you laugh. Hang tough. God bless America. And stand up, conservatives. Stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for America. Stand up for our republic. And stop letting people tell you because you're white, you're racist. Screw you. If you say that, I'm going to call you the racist. You're the racist SOB. For judge me, screw you. I don't believe in racism anywhere. And if you think you're going to be racist to me and I'm not going to speak up, I'm going to tell you, well, you'll find out what I tell you. But I don't think you're going to like it. And guess what? If you're black and somebody white or whatever was racist to you, I'll be the first person. Hey, that shit ain't right. What are you doing? What are you thinking? So I better see, and I have a lot of concern. You'd be amazed how many black conservatives there are, and they're afraid to speak up. Trump supporters too, mind you. They're afraid to speak up. But you know what? Look at the Republican Party. Black people, Latinos. We are where you want to be, believe it or not. All I can ask you, go watch Thomas Sowell. He thinks Trump's a racist. I don't agree with that. I think Trump tells jokes that might be off color and people can say that's racist. Hey, that's comedy. He doesn't know he's not supposed to do that because he still thinks he's a TV guy. Yeah, he could have calmed that down a little bit, but he still made me laugh. What can I tell you? But Latinos, but we believe in schools. We believe in school choice. All right? They improve your schools. Through history, it's shown it. We don't believe in handouts. All right? We believe in hand-ups. We don't mind helping, but we don't want you living off the God. And that's white people, too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of poor white people who live off the system. I got relatives. But they give them a kick in the ass, too. Hey, go get a freaking job. I know somebody hiring a painter. Go do some painting or something. But either way, you're not going to hear me preach. I can tell you that right now. I'm not going to be in the pulpit. All I can tell you is what God told me for a real short time. Was I high? Yeah, after he told me it was all right. I stopped smoking weeks before. That's a long story. I told you, go watch. Check it out. Come ride with me. You know what? If we're going to go down, let's go down laughing. Let's go down as a group. And we can all make fun of each other. Stop the bullshit, all right? I'm so tired. Everything you say is, oh, and you know what pisses me off more than anything? Because I love to talk to people. I talk to everybody. If you talk, and by the way, if I call you a friend, I say my friend of mine, and people are like, oh, you don't know that, I don't know that friend. My wife will say, I don't know that. If I talk to you 3 times and you're still talking to me and you don't go, oh, Jesus, that guy again, I consider you a friend because you listen to my jokes, you tell me jokes, we laugh back and forth, we talk about whatever. You're my friend. So when I say a friend, I may only know you from walking around or, talking to my neighbors. And come to think of it, I have a neighbor right now he's not doing too good. He has Alzheimer's, and I was able to go see him, and he recognized me, and his daughter was happy. And I am not big with funerals and stuff these days, but he smiled and he tried to talk, and and I got to say goodbye, and he smiled and made me feel good. I asked my kids were going over, and they didn't want to go over because of COVID, this, that, and the other thing. Here's what pisses me off, okay? I understand you don't want to go over your COVID. If he should die, they're going to feel guilty. His daughter told me the kid's going to come over and say hello. She was okay with it. Here's my point, though. You got to be living in reality, people. The man has Alzheimer's. And it's bad. It's catching up to him. You're worried about giving him COVID. He's dying. Why don't you go say hello while the man knows who the hell you are? If I'm on my deathbed, please, I don't give a shit if the bubonic plague is out there. If you want to come over and have a beer and say hi, you come on over and have a beer and say hi. And if I croak the next day, well, that's neither here nor there. It was meant to be. But stop it. You people, nursing homes, you're not allowing people to hug their families and this and that. So you're letting them die alone? You know how many old people I talk to who say, screw you, leave me alone. I'm going to hug my grandkids or I'm going to hug my friends. Nobody's going to... Because those people have lived their lives. They understand. You know what? You can't control all that. You can control you. Should you be worried? Yeah, put on your mask. That makes you feel better. But all the studies say, how many times are they going to flip-flop on that? 1 mask, 2 masks, 3 masks, no mask. I feel like, goddamn, you want to talk Dr. Seuss? 1 mask, 2 masks, blue fish, white fish. Stop. Stop with your mask. Stop with your nonsense. People wear it when they have to, but in your car and stuff, you just look stupid. You're all alone. You're in your car. Who's breathing that air before you got in the car? You were. Did you? I don't get it. I'm watching. And there's been articles written that people crashed their car because they were driving with a mask on and they couldn't breathe. So I find that hilarious. I'm sorry. You hit a tree and you got a mask on. I'm bursting out laughing because you're just dumb. But anyway, look me up, Sean McGough. Hit like, share. If I get more subscribers, we get more videos. I'll figure out my computer, I promise. My buddy, he's always too busy. He never can help me. And I've been afraid of picking up myself. I've watched too many of these Kit Boga. Have you seen this guy, Kit Boga? He's hilarious, and he scams and scammers, and there's a whole bunch of scammer payback and this and that. I fell in this hole, and the guy is killing me. He does voices, and if you haven't checked them out yet, I don't know why it's so enjoyable to hear the scammers scream and yell at him, and he makes them crazy, but it cracks me up. Anyway, I hope I got you with my clickbait. I hope you come join my channel. Are you going to agree with me? Maybe. Maybe not. Am I going to open your eyes? Maybe. Maybe not. Can you open my eyes? Possibility. But how do we know till we talk to each other? That's where I was going before. I'm tired of these people saying it's some kind of microaggression to ask somebody, where they originally came from if they're speaking a foreign language or they have an accent. No. That's called America, and I'd like to know who you are, where you came from, and maybe what brought you to this wonderful country, which I know what brought you, but did you bring your family? That's what America is. We are the melting pot, and Democrats want to divide us into every race and everything under the sun, and the only thing they want to bring all together is all of those people hating Whitey. Hate the Whitey. That's me. I'm the Whitey. Hate me. If it's not right going one way, it ain't right the other way. You need to wake the hell up and understand. That's not America, people. Your cancel culture, all your bullshit, the Hollywood. You're a bunch of freaks in Hollywood anyway. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But when you tried to cancel that little midget there, Kevin Hart. Sorry, Kev. You're a little guy, but you're in great shape. I'll give you that much. My abs are still in the Marine Corps. You tried to cancel Kevin Hart. Are you kidding me? And you know what? You tried to cancel Dave Chappelle. You know what saved Dave Chappelle? He's a funny bastard, and he doesn't care. And some conservatives said, no, you're not canceling Dave Chappelle. We love Dave. Hit Dave twice. Give him 2 likes on whatever the hell he's doing. Just because you're not canceling him. Done with you. The cancel culture, this, that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Everybody's got to do this. Screw you. Screw you. You want to call me racist? I'm calling you racist. You want to tell me boys can become girls, girls can become men, and that's real? No. No, it's not. And I'm never going to say it is. Never. Will I respect your decision to do it? When you're old enough, if you do it to little kids, I got nothing but disdain for you. And I hope you're going to hell. I honestly, I believe there's a heaven, there's a hell. God said, he didn't say you're going to hell for it, but he don't like it. That's all I can tell you. He didn't say you're going to hell. It's like being gay. You're not going to hell. You don't understand the gay either. I know it's against the Catholic Church, and it's against this, and it's against that. We know a man wrote a lot of this shit. Let's face it, it's against the Catholic Church. We went through the scandal of the Catholic Church. Did we not, folks? Did we not see this scandal, the boys and the priests and all that? Oh, here's another recent joke. Why are all the altar boys' hair parted in the middle? Good boy. I'm sorry, that's awful. I shouldn't tell them. I just got my ass kicked for telling that because I said it to one guy who I've known for years, and he goes, oh, go tell Larry. And I went to tell Larry, not knowing Larry is a diehard Bible thumper, and Larry wanted to kill me, but it was still funny, and then he's chasing me around City Hall Plaza, and the other guy was like, it was funny. But anyway, I said, you bastard. I wouldn't have told it if I'd known he was really hardcore religion. But you got to be able to laugh at things, folks. My favorite guy, and he was very religious. He was a preacher at one time, and I think he still had his religion with him, Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison. And I joked with God about Sam Kinison's routine, how Mary got prayer, you just went to the band, bing, and God thought that was he's a funny bastard, he swears, in my head, in my view, the way I see him. That's the way you're going to see him. The way you picture him is the way you're going to see him. It's in the movie, go watch it, I don't care. But either way, this is way longer than I even expected. I only expect to make this 5 minutes and get you with the clickbait. But anyway, we got a cabbage in the White House, folks. And we just got to pray sanity comes back to this country. I see people waking up. I see people standing up, and they're not going for all of this. And you got to pull them. I'm pulling them. Are you paying attention? Are you paying? Look at what he's doing. And my wife says, hey, you're always yelling. We don't. That's a long story, too. We'll talk about that when, down the road. But anyway, my point being, stop the insanity, stop the BS, start being proud of America, and let's push Thomas. If you don't know who Thomas Sowell is, You'll find him on YouTube. Go check out his books. Go check out what the man's been saying for like 50 years. I think his first book was 1972. The man's been right. And the books and the people being published right now are these books are modern, using left-wing socialist nut jobs and their philosophies that haven't worked. And this is what we're teaching them. I feel like we're on the old Rodney Dangerfield Back to School movie where the guy wants to sell widgets. And Rodney Dangerfield says, widgets? What the hell's a widget? That's what the Democrats are trying to sell you now, widgets. We're going to do all this crazy bullshit, $10 trillion. Don't you worry about it. It'll save money in the end because we got widgets. Stop. Stop. We can't afford all this crap. All right? We're the parents. That's what conservatives are. We're the parents that tell you, stop spending it all because you know what? You run out of other people's money. It's not my money. You're not going to affect me. My wife says, why do you care? You're not going to, why does it affect you? It affects my great-grandkids. All right? I won't be here for them. I'm not going to lie. I mean, come on. Sorry, I got to kill some COVID. A little cold in this garage. I can get that COVID before got you, motherfucker. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, let's get some Sandy back. If people talk to you and somebody notices your hair, I see these idiot commercials. They're supposed to be public broadcasting commercials about microaggressions. Stop it, people. If somebody likes your hair and comments on it, they want to know about you. That's called a compliment. Jesus, we've forgotten how to just be people. Love each other. Be people. And you can hate each other but still be, hospitable. For Christ's sakes. There are lots of people I argue with. We walk away, we shake hands. Hey, next time, good job. It's like a team sport. Tag you in. You try talking sense to this crazy bastard. But my point being, stop it. And wake up, America. We got one country. We need to save it. As Larry Elder would say, we got a country to save. I love Larry Elder, too. Check out Larry Elder if you don't. That's going to be most of my video. I'm going to tell you what I heard on something. I'm going to tell you what I think and maybe write some ideas. And I'll figure out how to do a talk. I'd love to be able to do one of these. I get in a lot of chat rooms and chat with people, and there's a lot of good people out there and a lot of trolls. If you're a troll, I don't know why you bother going to some of these chat rooms because we're going there for the personality and the person. And we know, if we're going to Kevin's Corner, what he's talking about, he's getting it from good sources. We can find those same sources. He's getting it, he's putting it his way, and he's doing the video, and he cracks me up. From what I can tell, he seems like a great guy. He's a great personality on YouTube. I'm waiting for him to maybe hit it mainstream somewhere. Blaze TV, if you ever put the comedy channel, you should maybe look at the Kevin. And Crowder. Well, Crowder has like 6 million followers, even though they keep killing him on all the social media. But anyway, come follow me. Let's see where this goes. God bless America.